Things just got very real. Some major Bengals injury updates incoming for their Week 3 matchup with the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to break down the stats, what to expect come Sunday, and an update on Joe Burrow and many other injuries for the Bengals. Welcome to the jungle. This is Isaac Coffman with Bengals Digest. Happy to see you Bengals fans and stopping by. If you want to be up to date on all things Bengals and join in, comment below your confidence level going into Sunday. We'd love to hear from you. Join in on the community and smash that subscribe. We are on our way to 3,000 subscribers. We thank each one of you and love to hear your thoughts of this Bengals team that's going to be looking to be quite an interesting matchup. No starting quarterback is going to be playing. We know about the injury with Joe Burrow, sadly looking to be at least 3 months out. Then you have JJ McCarthy, who was looking to have some promise, had a rough game this last week and is actually out. So now we're going to be seeing a matchup of Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning. Who would have thought, right? Week 3, that is where we're at. But also giving some updates of what we're going to expect on the injury report. One key player that had a bounce back game last week was Cam Taylor-Britt. A part of that secondary. He had a much better game compared to the first week against the Browns. He was actually not targeted as much. That's usually a good sign that the quarterback does not want to throw that way, thinking there's some kind of interception or going to be able to play good defense on the receiver. Overall, he just had a good bounce back, and they're going to need him. I've said it time and again. There might be guys that have these slumps, and that's been Cam Taylor-Britt. He hasn't really been himself, but they're going to need him. Even if he can just elevate his game a little bit and get that much better, especially what he showed against the Jaguars on Sunday. That's something that the Bengals need. They need to clamp down on the secondary. And with Joe Burrow out, you're going to have to just step up the game. The pressure is on for this defense, no doubt. It was already on them going into the season. But I think it's going to really come down to the defense picking up the offense at times. I do believe Jake Browning is going to be fine. He has shown he is certainly capable of running this offense. And with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki, Chase Brown, you have all those guys that can also pick up the slack, so to say. But here's the injury report, what we're looking at going into Sunday. So Shamar Stewart, it looks like he sprained his ankle. That was reported by Zach Taylor. Not good there as well, because Shamar Stewart has been on a tear. It has been so much fun to watch him. He is advertised so far with this team, and that's what they drafted him for. I mean, what else can you say? A guy that can just be disruptive. If you look at his stats overall, sure, you're going to say, well, what's the big deal? But the eye test will tell you otherwise. He is constantly in that backfield. He is taking up blocks. That's what you want. He is a guy that's going to cause pressure. And without him there, that's going to be a question mark going into Sunday against the Vikings. And again, Cam Taylor-Britt, he is at doubtful. So again, that's not good. Another secondary is DJ Turner. He is still looking like he could possibly play, but that was another injury to keep an eye on when it comes to the Bengals. So I think overall they'll be okay. Going into this game, the Vikings have their share of injuries as well. It's not just the Bengals that are going to be dealing with that. Actually, their left tackle, he was not at practice as well. They could be down to their third string at left tackle. And all I can say is, Trey Hendrickson, you're up. Tee up if that's the case, and just put the pressure on, especially without Shamar Stewart going to be out there. They're going to need all the pressure they can get. So this might be some kind of positive to look at, despite the injury to Shamar Stewart, to Cam Taylor-Britt. The Vikings also aren't looking too good either. Here's the full report. Justin Skoll is the guy that also did not practice. That is the left tackle. So you just look through all the injuries there. Unfortunately for the Vikings, they have their fair share of injuries as well. And the Bengals are just going to have to keep an eye on Cam Taylor-Britt, DJ Turner. Logan Wilson did turn up on the injury report, but it looks like he'll be fine. He'll be playing as well. But again, whoever it is, next man up, they need to step up and win. This is where you are 2-0. You're going into week 3. This is going to be a big proving game because you're going up to a tough Minnesota road game. I don't care if they've got the injuries. But without Cam Taylor-Britt, I'm going to be watching that secondary. Who's going to really step up in that role if Cam Taylor-Britt doesn't go? You already have Dax Hill, and DJ Ivey has been showing some flash as well. But I'm anticipating the secondary, a lot of pressure is going to be on them, especially if, again, Shamar Stewart isn't in there. They don't generate the pressure that they need to. That's what it comes down to. It starts with that defensive line. So a little bit concerned there overall, but the big story that we're going to be hearing about going into this is what is going to be happening without Joe Burrow. And he just had surgery today on a Friday. It looks like he had a successful surgery. That's what the update we're getting. But all the references, all of the estimates are saying about 3 months. It could possibly be longer. I see him being a warrior, though. He's come back from injuries, and he has proved a lot of the doubters wrong that he could come back from injuries. So if he keeps that up, I know that he's that type of mentality. He's a competitor. Probably about that 3 months or so. But again, that's a long time from now. Unfortunately, they are going to have to really show that they have the confidence in Jake Browning. He's going to definitely have to step up, but he's got the weapons. I go back to again. And T. Higgins has that confidence as well, just to kind of share a thought that he had as well. He said, "We just believe in what our foundation is, and we just believe in us as a whole, as a team. So long as we keep together as a team, keep putting our best foot forward, play complementary football, we'll be all right." That's it right there. He's saying all the right things. I think as much as Joe Burrow has been that leader in the locker room, as much as he's been the one that has led them to the playoffs, to a Super Bowl, they feel just as confident in Jake Browning. And Jake Browning is definitely feeling confidence. If you watched his interview this week, he just feels composed. He's a smart guy. He keeps his cool. I mean, on Sunday against the Jaguars, he threw 3 interceptions. And for some guys, that's a mental... It just wears away at you, makes your confidence level dropped. I mean, who wouldn't? That's not something you would want to experience. But when it came down to that game-winning drive, he was there. It had several 4th downs that they had to convert. And he's showing that cool like Joe Burrow does as well. You can see why he's the backup, why he is fitting this offense so well. That's what you need, is someone that's just going to, even if there's some turnovers, there's some mistakes, they're able to put that behind them, move on, and get the next play. And that's exactly how they won that game. Because if he came into the game and his confidence level had dropped, if he, for whatever reason, was dwelling on that, I don't think they would have converted on those 4th downs, making that touchdown as well at the goal line. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Can they just, if it's bend but don't break, I keep using that term, but that's the way I would describe this team. They have some weaknesses. They have some things they certainly need to work on. But so far, they're 2-0 because they have not allowed that to make them self-implode or make those mistakes that you lose the game. That's what it's going to take for the Sunday. Simply put, when it goes into the Sunday, are they going to make the right calls? Are they going to be able to convert on those 3rd downs better? That's something they're going to have to show they can do with Jake Browning, because I believe the more they can keep the offense on the field, have time of possession, I think that'll increase their likelihood of winning this game. I'm giving just a quick prediction. I think the Bengals still are able to pull this off. The Vikings looked a little banged up, and you've got Jake Browning coming in to playing his old team. I do feel like that is a factor. I'm going to give a little bit of an edge to the Bengals, but I'm going to say it's going to be a close one, a 24-21 final score by a field goal. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that. It's going to come down to the wire literally at the last minute. It might even be a last-minute field goal, or that last drive where they're able to stop the Vikings. But we want to hear from you guys. What is your predictions or confidence level going in to the Sunday against the Vikings? Because there's a lot of factors. Of course, you have Joe Burrow out, Jake Browning coming in, but you have all the other injuries. Do you think that's going to make a difference come Sunday? We want to hear from you guys, so be sure you leave your thoughts below. And if you have not already, smash that subscribe button. Again, we are on our way to 3,000 subscribers. We appreciate each one of you. Well, that's going to do it for now, guys. As we say, Uday.